let's do a fucking couple of unboxings, shall we? Now, I like expensive stuff because it's nice and cool, but cool stuff doesn't need to be expensive. Now, I know you've already seen me open up one of these. Fuck off, I know. We're going to do another one. Because these have gone down a fucking storm. I've had to get loads. These are fucking awesome. I'm not going to fully assemble it because this is going to be for one of my customers, one of my regular dudes. The chap who breaks everything. So basically, I'm not going to assemble it. My one was the only one that had a wobbly handguard. I think that was just fucking bad luck or something, because the rest have not had a wobbly handguard. I'm going to show you something. Double Bell are basically, when they started out, they were somebody else and then somebody else. And then they were Kalash. And then they were D-Boys. Then they were Boyee. Then they were something else. And then they were Double Bell. It's always been the same company. And it's because these little places get shut down by the government and all the other shit. And where's the thing I'm looking for? I'm repeating things. Where the fuck is the thing? There it is. No, it's not. Where's the fucking thing I'm looking for? The reason I'm doing this, that is fucking tight. Come on, you bitch. Come on, you bitch. Ah, there we go. Fucking hell. They are tight. Now this, I think... Motherfucker! Jesus fucking wept. Right. This has been one of my favourite things that's been released recently. Because it is just proper good. And I know people cried that it wasn't a shotgun, but it's like, I know it's not a shotgun, but that has limited practicality. This looks like a shotgun, but it's not a shotgun. Let's spin it. That's the shit that I'm showing you. Now, why am I showing you this shit? These are anywhere between 250 and 300 quid, depending on where you fucking shop for them. That's how much they cost. Keep that at the front of your mind. I'm going to pop this just here. Now wait. Wait. Because also released one of these. Again, Double Bell. This is around the same price, a little bit cheaper. This is their take on the L119A2. If you look at the Rossi flavour version, it doesn't have that bit on the bottom. It's a little bit wobbly. The receiver isn't quite as good. There are many parts of the Rossi not quite as good, and the fact that they are so fucking noisy. They're so fucking noisy. They have been a nightmare to shim. An absolute nightmare to shim. If you want to change over gears and stuff, they were just a bit of a dick. And they're not all like that, but the Rossi was far than impressive. This is the Double Bell version. First things first. Now, one of these is setting you back about 270 quid, give or take, right? So it's 10 quid cheaper, realistically, 10, 20 quid cheaper than the Rossi. This has the correct grip. This has a much nicer receiver. This just feels better. It's more solid. It just really is quite rigid. It's got the correct grip. Look at that. Isn't that pretty? Look at the grip. Sexy. It's got the fake pull stock. Yeah? Nice fake pull stock on there. Compared to a Rossi, This looks much better. Doesn't have an ETU. Doesn't have an ETU. Let's get that mag in. Yeah, look. Fake pull mag. Let's play the plugging in game. 9.9 lifey. I haven't tested this yet. It might sound like absolute shit, but the Rossi sounds like shit, so I'm reasonably happy. Safe. Bit noisy. Yeah, it's noisy. A lot nicer than the Rossi. Not perfect by any means. If I compare that to this thing, which I've now got to open the stock on, which, as you know, bugs the fucking piss out of me. Let's give that a go. Semi. That is a little bit quieter. It is. I think you can probably tell what's coming. No. That is nearly the exact same gearbox. We've got rounded screws up here, flat on here. There's a cutout here and not on here. But it looks like the internals are going to be very, very similar. Gearbox casing type is a different type. And that is going to be because of this part here, I'm going to assume. Yeah? Another one I've not yet opened. Now, back a year, 2 years ago, I was showing off the plastic M4s and the plastic PDWs, right? These are only about 20 quid more than the plastic of the same type. And this is metal receiver, metal rail system. And guess what? Internals are going to be all exactly the same. But let's do the battery. You can see similarities. 9.9. Safe. Semi. Noisy. Oh, that is on there, motherfucker. Damn, that is thread locked. Oh, yes, there we go. That was thread locked like fuck. Jesus. Okay. So, clearly far less shimmed, but they are half the price of those. Why do I think it's going to be a shimming? Bearing in mind, I've not opened one of these yet at all. I've got a couple of cases of these. The price difference between the plastic ones and the metal ones. Oh my God, will you just come out? Now the price difference between the plastic ones and the metal ones is so small, that it really doesn't matter if it's metal or plastic. You can see the most expensive one does have a different gearbox casing. These two are exactly the same. But more care and attention has gone into this one than this one. But you can see that apart from the grip, the sling plate, they are very, very, very identical. Let's spin that round, look. So as base guns go, these are ideal. But the only difference between this one and this one, which is literally 100 quid a difference, is the grip and the handguard and front sight. Because if you write L119A2 on something, you'll sell more of them. Now, these handguards, they're all going to be made in the same process, you know? There's nothing extra special about them. But you can just charge more because pistol grip, handguard. The rest of it on the inside is the same. The stock. Again, the process to make these is going to be the same cost. The same cost. It doesn't matter. These are going to be completely interchangeable. 00033, 00369. So, a bit more care and attention went into shimming this one. But I'm going to put the wrong upper on the lower here. But it does go on. It's a little bit of a tight fit. But you can see it's the same thing. It's the same. Now, if you go over to my Patreon channel, you'll see the video of this one that's going to go live this Monday, of it completely kitted out on the inside, and how you know, these are solid. Motherfucker. Now, if you go to my Patreon channel, you'll be able to see one of these that I've thrown a Perrin hybrid into and done a few little tweaks on the inside, a couple of little tweaks, so you can see exactly how good you can make it on a smaller budget. That video is going live this Monday. But this is all about getting what you pay for. It's understandable why this one, with the different grip, everything on this is different. The buffer tube is different. On the inside, it's a different gearbox casing, but inside the gearbox, everything is exactly the same between all three of these. Now, if you look at this one's what, 10, 15, 20 quid difference in price to the other one. So, what's different between this one and this one? Handguard, outer barrel, front sight, that there, the grip, the stock, the sling point. Manufacturing wise, which costs more? All the same. That will cost the same as that, that will cost the same as that. What's the difference in price? You've seen that inside they are both identical. What's the difference in price? This one, about 250, 260 quid in the UK. Again, this one, about 250 to 280, maybe 290 quid in the UK. So, but you can see, there's a lot of differences. You can see why that had a fluctuating price. That is more expensive than that. This one, bearing in mind, the only things that are different cost the exact same amount of money to make, and everything inside the gun is identical. About 250, 260 quid. 125 quid. This costs double that. You can pick these handguards up for about 45 quid in AliExpress, give or take. Just bear in mind, this is a bit more accurate with this one here than what you get on the Rossi. About 50 quid for the handguard. The grip, I don't know, 25 quid for one of these grips, I guess. Fake pull stock, if you get a shit one, 15 quid. If you get a decent one, 40 quid. But then you're replacing all the parts on here. Is this one worth twice the amount of this one? No. 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 Are they going to sell more of this one than this one? Yes. 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 L119A2. It's just that simple. This will sell more than that one. It's double the price. Everything in it looks the same. The only difference, grip, stock, handguard. But because there are so many more of these being manufactured, is it the same length outer barrel? Yep. The outer barrel is the same length by the look of it. What does Sean Locke say? If you put Shrek's face in a bag of gravel, kids will want to buy it. 250 quid. 125 quid. It's the same. Effectively, you could buy one of these, buy the parts to put on it, and then sell these parts, and then you've got this for 150 quid. Somebody give you a tenner for that all day. Somebody give you a fiver for that all day. This whole front end, people will give you 30, 40 quid for that all day. That covers the cost of this, this, and this. It's getting what you pay for. I'll also point out, it's a little bit dusty, but this is my D-Boys, which is double bell, which is Boye, which is BY, which is Kalash. It's all the fucking same. This here is again completely different externally. And this, 190 quid, 200 quid, not a great deal of money, probably not as dusty. I got this in literally for this video. Literally for this video. No other reason, this video. And there's someone who does want one of these. And I'll be tarting it up a little bit. I found something else that's different. That's a different colour to that. The ring. But I'll be tarting this up for him. But it is the same. $125, $250. Between $250 and $290, $300. Obvious differences. If they can make this for the same price as that, why is this one so cheap? Think about it. Ponder away in your little brains.